President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and U.S. President Joe Biden emphasized the urgent need for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdelati affirms Egypt's continued efforts to achieve stability in Sudan. And Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli attends the inauguration of the Geely car assembly plant in 6th of October City. You're watching the latest updates from Egypt on Qnews. Let's move to the latest developments. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and U.S. President Joe Biden have stressed the need to reach an immediate ceasefire agreement in the Gaza Strip to put an end to the serious humanitarian suffering of civilians. The presidency official spokesman explained that the call addressed the intensive mediation efforts undertaken by Egypt, the U.S. and Qatar to reach a ceasefire agreement in Gaza and exchange detainees. The two leaders also reviewed the latest developments in the relevant negotiations and stressed the importance of the concerned parties' commitment to overcoming obstacles and showing the necessary flexibility to reach an agreement. Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdelati has affirmed Egypt's continued efforts to achieve stability in Sudan, expressing Egypt's full solidarity and its support for Sudan's security, sovereignty, unity and territorial integrity. During a meeting with General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, the chairman of the Sudanese Transitional Sovereign Council, the foreign minister reviewed Egypt's efforts to support stability in Sudan and to resume its activities within the African Union, welcoming the Sovereign Council's decisions to accelerate the delivery of humanitarian aid to Sudan. Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdelati has stressed the importance of achieving a ceasefire in Sudan and the commitment to making every effort to restore security and stability in the country. During his meeting with his Sudanese counterpart, Ali Yusuf al-Sharif in Sudan, Abdelati reviewed the latest developments regarding Egypt's efforts to ensure Sudan resumes its activities within the African Union, as well as its active engagement in various regional and international initiatives aimed at preserving Sudan's security, stability, unity, and territorial integrity. Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati has also affirmed Egypt's commitment to making every possible effort to alleviate the suffering of the Sudanese people and facilitate the delivery of humanitarian aid to Sudan. During his meeting with the Vice President of the Sudanese Transitional Sovereign Council, Malik Agar, Abdelati highlighted the facilities provided by Egypt to Sudanese citizens to facilitate their stay in Egypt until they can return safely to their country. The latest of these efforts was the holding of the high school exams for the Sudanese community in Egypt. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Immigration Badr Abdelati and his Botswanan counterpart Fenio Butal have discussed strengthening economic ties. In a phone call, the foreign minister discussed cooperation with the SADC and highlighted the potential of the Egyptian agency for partnership to offer more training for Botswanans. Both sides emphasized strengthening African stability, development and coordination at the international level. Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati and Latvian State Secretary Andrzejs Vilamsins have discussed enhancing cooperation to train Egyptian medical staff and to digitalize Egypt's healthcare sector. The Foreign Minister highlighted leveraging Latvia's expertise to create opportunities for cooperation in digitizing and IT. He praised Latvia's upcoming business delegation to Egypt and emphasized boosting trade, investment, and a joint business council. Both sides also discussed regional and international issues, including Gaza, Syria, and Ukraine. Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati and the UN's Senior Humanitarian and Reconstruction Coordinator for Gaza, Sigrid Kaag, have addressed developments in Gaza and ways to address the humanitarian crisis in the Strip. Ambassador Tamim Khalaf stated that Abdelati emphasized continued consultations with the UN official on implementing Resolution 2720 to ensure safe, rapid aid entry into Gaza and address the humanitarian crisis. Minister Abdelati stressed the need for a ceasefire, safe aid access, and the return of the Palestinian Authority to Gaza. He also highlighted Israel's responsibility as an occupying power and the role of the UNRWA in addressing the crisis. And Egypt's ambassador to Belgium, Luxembourg, the European Union, and NATO, Ambassador Ahmed Abu Zaid, has presented his credentials to NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte. In a bilateral meeting, the Egyptian ambassador and NATO chief discussed regional security challenges. Abu Zaid highlighted Egypt's efforts to end the conflicts in Gaza and Sudan and promote regional stability. They also covered NATO's Southern Flank Action Plan and cooperation with regional partners. And the Suez Canal Authority, the SCA, has partnered with Oman Integrated Logistics Services to strengthen collaboration in maritime operations and logistics. The agreement identifies key areas of cooperation, including advanced training programs, ship repair, and maintenance. It aims to capitalize on the expertise of the SCA's shipyards and the advanced capabilities of the Suez Canal Maritime Training and Simulation Academy. And the Minister of Social Solidarity, Maya Morsi, has met with the President and founder of the American Institute for Women's Health, Ms. Valerie Hooper. Minister Morsi affirmed the state's commitment to supporting women's health, particularly through the Supporting Egyptian Women's Health initiative. She also highlighted the first 1,000 Days program and the Ministry of Social Solidarity's focus on vulnerable groups. Meanwhile, Hooper praised the minister's experience and emphasized the American Institute for Women's Health's focus on women's health and family protection. The Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces, Lieutenant General Ahmed Khalifa, has inspected the paratrooper forces to assess the training and combat readiness. Lieutenant General Khalifa emphasized that serious training is a key element in building the military's combat capability, enabling it to effectively carry out assigned tasks. He praised the high morale and excellent training level of the paratroopers. The Minister of Education, Mohammed Abdel Latif, has announced that 35% of Egypt's schools were built in the last 10 years. The minister highlighted the government's belief that education is key to development, which is evidenced by the rapid construction of schools to meet growing demand, especially in undeserved areas. He stressed the importance of addressing overcrowding, student-teacher ratios, and ensuring equitable access. Future plans include expanding school infrastructure in rural areas. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli has attended a ceremony held by the Automobility to inaugurate the Geely car assembly plant in 6th of October City. The Prime Minister expressed his pleasure that this investment marks Geely Automobile Group's first industrial venture not only in Egypt but also in Africa and the Middle East. He highlighted that this investment reflects the confidence foreign investors have in Egypt's investment climate and underscores the resilience of the Egyptian economy in overcoming challenges. The Minister of Investment and Foreign Trade, Hassan El-Khatib, has held discussions with a high-level delegation from the Bavarian Industry Association and the German Arab Friendship Association to explore opportunities to strengthen economic cooperation. During the meeting, El-Khatib emphasized Germany's pivotal role in supporting Egypt's growth and economic development. He expressed Egypt's keen interest in utilizing German technological advancements and industrial expertise to boost its own industrial sector. The National Railways Authority has signed an agreement to establish a new joint company with Salkev of Italy, specializing in railway construction, renewal and maintenance. The new company, named Salkev Track, will undertake projects for railway maintenance and development with a primary focus on modernizing infrastructure to enhance safety and operational efficiency across Egypt's rail network. The Minister of Industry and Transport, Kamel El-Wazir, witnessed the signing ceremony, emphasizing that this agreement reflects the directives of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi to collaborate with both local and international private sectors to implement major infrastructure projects. And according to the Central Agency for Public Mobilization and Statistics, Egypt's population has reached 107.25 million, reflecting an increase of 250 million people in just 72 days. Cairo is the most populous governorate in Egypt with a population of 10.4 million. Giza is second with 9.7 million residents, followed by Sharqiyya with 8.1 million, the Ahliya 7.2 million, and Beheira with 7 million. Cap Mas said last year that at the current fertility rate of 2.76 children per woman, Egypt's population is projected to reach 117 million by 2030 and 157 million by 2050. And in handball, a technical meeting was held for the match between the Egyptian national team and Argentina in the first round of the 205th World Championship, which is currently being held in Croatia, Denmark and Norway until February the 2nd. During the meeting, it was decided that Egypt would wear the red uniform against Argentina. Egypt has submitted a number of demands regarding the national team throughout the tournament after observations in the training hall and an agreement on all organizational and technical details related to the Argentina match. The Badminton Federation has announced the number of countries participating in the second edition of the Egypt International Championship for People with Special Needs, which is scheduled to be held at the Cairo International Stadium in Nasr City from January the 21st to the 26th. The tournament is included on the agenda of the International Federation and is classified as Grade 2, which is an achievement for a tournament created so recently. The Egyptian Meteorological Authority, EMA, has forecast moderate weather during the daylight hours, with temperatures decreasing gradually until nighttime. Morning fog is expected to occur on highways and areas near bodies of water in Cairo, Lower Egypt, the Canal Cities, North Coast, Central Sinai and Northern Upper Egypt. Waves in the Red Sea will range between 1 and 1.75 meters in height. Meanwhile, waves in the Mediterranean are expected to range between 1 and 1.5 meters in height. And an Egyptian high-level source joint release statement to be released soon. The Egyptian high-level source agreement reached to end Palestinian suffering in Gaza through mediation. And the Egyptian high-level source, a joint release statement to be released soon. The Egyptian high-level source agreement reached to end Palestinian suffering in Gaza through mediation. And that brings us to the end of our news bulletin, and here's what we've been covering. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and U.S. President Joe Biden emphasized urgent need for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdelati affirms Egypt's continued efforts to achieve stability in Sudan. And Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli attends the inauguration of the Geely car assembly plant in 6th of October City. And that's all for now, and remember to stay updated by following Q News for the latest developments.